So we are here for the NCAA Women's Soccer Scores for Sunday, October 19th, 2025. We have about a week. We have a week left for most conferences in the NCAA. There are some conferences that end on the 26th because they start their they start their conference tournament on like the 29th, 30th, that range. And then there are some teams that, or some conferences that end their conferences on like the 29th, 30th for the regular season. There are some that do that as then, a lot of them do on the, there's a few that do it on the 26th, not all. There's a little bit that do it on the 26th. But mainly the big chunk is on the 26th. And then there's a big chunk on the 28th and 30th as well for conferences as well. And then there's a few that might go to like the 1st of November, excuse me. There's a few that go to like the 31st. Mainly it's on the 30th, 29th, 26th, and then there's some that are on the UCF main on the 29th. And then you have like the 29th, 30th, right? Big Ten, ACC, like SEC ends early, so it's like Big Ten. You have like schools that play on like the 30th. Like American East on the 30th. You have like the NEC ends on like the 2nd of November, but either way you have a bunch of conferences that do end. Or not on like the 2nd. A lot of them end on the 30th. 29th, 30th because they're conference tournament. They'll start on like the 1st of November or the 2nd of November. And then they'll play like a couple games like midweek, like a game midweek for the 2nd round, and then play the 3rd round on like Saturday, Sunday. So, and then the West Coast Conference, they don't do conference tournaments for any sport besides basketball. So they just do regular season things. So they're the exception, but the rest are, pretty much most of them doing a lot of them doing the 26th, a good bit doing the 28th and 30th as well. We have Central Connecticut 4-2 over Long Island University. Davidson 3-0 over LaSalle. Liberty 2-0 over Delaware. Number 6 Memphis 5-0 out on the road blow at East Carolina. Memphis is 13 wins, 2 draws in the year, no losses. So Memphis is dominating their league, proving why they're like a good top contender. They're proving why they're a college cup contender, or at maybe like Elite 8, maybe like Final 8, maybe if there's upset, maybe Final 16. But they're proving why the floor maybe should be Final 16 for them, and they're proving why. Fairleigh Dickinson 3-1 over St. Francis. Florida, of course, 2-0 over Queen's University. Maine 2-0 over UMBC. Number 25 Maryland 3-1 over Maryland. Number 25 State 3-1 over Maryland. Number 2 Stanford beats Miami 3-2. Blessing, it was the feature ACC game on AC Network. And then Boston College 1-0 over Syracuse. UNC Wilmington 4-3 over Sunnybrook. Texas A&M Corpus Christi 3-2 over UT Oregon Valley. Vermont at home falls to UMass 1-0. Youngstown State 3-0 over South Carolina State. Marshall 2-0 over Appalachian State. Ball State 1-0 over Bowling Green. But now tie at 1. Drexel 2-1 over Campbell. College of Trust 1-0 over Hofstra. Chattanooga 3-0 over VMI. Cleveland State 2-0 over Purdue for Wayne. Dean 6-0 over St. Bonaventure. Little Rock 1-0 over Eastern Illinois. Eastern Michigan 3-0 over Akron. Elon 3-1 over Townsend. UAB 2-0 over Florida. Florida National 1-0 over Louisiana Tech. California and number 7 Florida State. The 2-hour drive. California has, if they could get some more wins this season, turn some of those draws into wins, they might be ranked. But They might be ranked. I could see it because they have 8 wins. The ESPN app website for the scores. That's the only way you can see it. Or for the records. That's the only way you can see the records unless you go to NCAA website. But they do it right, conference websites or school websites for each score. Conference websites for every team in the conference. Or NCAA, if you look at the games, it's wins, draws, /ties, and losses. That's how ESPN does it for college soccer. And yeah, they have 18 games in their schedule. And so if they had more, turn those draws into wins, some more of them, they would be ranked. I could see it. Fordham 1-0 over George Mason. Northeastern 2-1 over Hampton. Indiana 2-1 over Penn State. North Florida Jacksonville tied 3. Stonehill 3-2 over Mercer State. Miami, Ohio 3-0 over Central Michigan. Number 16 Illinois State 5-1 over Illinois. Ranked 1-0 over NJT. Kansas State 2-1 over North Dakota. Kentucky 1-0 over Trump State. Northwest State 1-0 over Incarnate. Ohio 3-0 over Northern Illinois. Denver 2-1 over Omaha. Prairie View A&M 2-0 over Pine Bluff. Oakland 3-2 over Morris. St. Louis 4-1 over Rhode Island. Rutgers 3-1 over Michigan. Duquesne 2-1 over St. Joseph's. 2-1 East 16 over Southeastern Louisiana. South Florida 2-1 over Charlotte. West Georgia 2-1 over Stetson. Toledo 1-0 over Massachusetts. Western Canada 4-2 over UNC Greensboro. Western Michigan 4-1 over Kent State. William Mary 1-0 over Mount. Lipscomb 1-0 over S&P. Being S&P winless. In 16 games, 5 draws, 11 losses. Number 10 Baylor 2-0 over Utah. Central Arkansas 3-2 over Eastern Kentucky. Chicago State 2-1 over Howard. Colorado College 1-0 over UNLV. Green Bay 1-0 over Indianapolis. UCF and Houston tied 1. Arizona State and Iowa State tied 1. Alcorn State, Jackson State tied scores tie. Kansas 1-0 over Houston State. Number 22 West Virginia 3-2 over Kansas State. Kentucky and LSU draw 1. Chicago 4-1 over BC. Tennessee with 4-0 over Utah. Rate Milwaukee 12 tie. Sam Houston 1-0 over Missouri State. Montana 1-0 over Sacramento State. New Hampshire tied 1. West State 2-1 over Mexico. Bellarmine 1-0 over North Alabama. Mar Nichols scores tie. Rice over Texas 2-0 tie. River State 1-0 over North Carolina. Stanford 3-0 over SC State. SC Tech 1-0 over Southeast Missouri State. Illinois 2-1 over Southern Indiana. 1-0 Valparaiso Southern Illinois. North Dakota State Tesla so tied 1. Steve Austin 2-0 over Houston Christian. 2-0 between Grambling and Texas Southern. Number 14 TCU 3-1 over Oklahoma State. First 1-0 over Citadel. Tulsa 2-0 over UTSA. 2-0 over Western Kentucky Mexico State. Wofford 1-0 over Furman. Number 12 Texas Tech. Only 1 loss in the year. There are 12 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. 1 loss away from unbeaten. There are 2-0 over Arizona. 4-2 Air Force over Nevada. Fresno State 3-2 over Grand Canyon. Wagner 2-1 over Lemon. 1-0 against UC Santa Barbara and Long Beach State. 11 Arkansas with Missouri scores. Murray State 3-2 over Evansville. Oklahoma 4-2 over Texas. Minnesota and Oregon scores. Utah State 2-0 over San Diego State. Colorado State 4-1 over San Jose State. Tarleton State and San Utah 1-0. Tie. Western Illinois and UT Martin 1-0. Ole Miss and Florida scores tie. UTEP 2-0 over Robin Christian. Arizona State and Arizona 2-0 tie. Middle Portland State 1-0 tie. Cal Poly 2-1 over UC Ryan. Red State SCU Arizona tied 0. UCLA 3-0 over Nebraska. Nathan Mineral 3-0 over Troy. Number 17 Washington 1-0 over number 15 Wisconsin. Featured match on Big Ten Network. One of the featured second matches. Number 18 Georgia and Auburn at number 19 Georgia 1-0 tie. USC and Illinois State scores tie. Cal State Fullerton 1-0 over UC San Diego. Number 2 Vanderbilt 2-0 over number 4 Tennessee. All women's soccer matches that were airing. There were some on ESPNU, some featured ones with ranked opponents. And then there was most of them were on ESPNU for men and women's soccer. However, this one some of them get flexed to ESPN 2 because there's nothing really on like ESPN 2 there. Instead of airing like a live sporting event on ESPN U and then having like just fill it on ESPN 2. Instead have like a live game or highlights package or something. Instead of like they have highlights packages they have to show sports and leagues, but they put this in ESPN 2. And it was a good one. 2-0 Vanderbilt over Tennessee. Northwestern 3-1 over Purdue. Texas A&M South Carolina scores. Mississippi State 1-0 over Alabama. Western Northwestern 1-0 over UCF. Number 5 Iowa comes back in the second half to tie it up at 2-2 with USC. Cal State Bakersfield. UTC to keep them wins 3-0.